Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening, and I'm really looking forward to this. Welcome to the EastEnders Wii Sports Bowling Tournament 2025 draw. I'm really excited for this. This is going to be a phenomenal, exciting tournament to play for because I cannot wait to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be fabulous. I cannot wait. Now, before we get into the draw, I will explain a couple of things. I'll explain the rules, and then I'll announce the players who's going to be participating. So obviously, as we go... this is the knockout. This is the knockout round. So obviously, if one of these contestants win, they'll obviously go to the next round, and then the loser will be eliminated out. However, if they're going to go into a draw, they're going to go into the power throw bowl off to see who can try and get the highest score in that. That way, we might be able to see who will go through to the next round to see who will bowl the most pins in there. But that might be it's just basic and simple as that. So therefore, yeah. But anyways, without further ado, before we get into this draw, I'm going to announce the players of the 64 teams who's going to be playing in the first 32 fixtures. So without further ado, let's get on with this. So the players who are participating are Anna Knight, Amy Mitchell, Alfie Moon, Avani Nandrahar, Anthony Truman, Bobby Beale, Bex Fowler, Bianca Butcher, Ben Mitchell, Billy Mitchell, Davender Nugget Galati. We're going to call him Nugget for pretty much the whole tournament because pretty much that's his actual name. Denzel Danes, Elaine Knight, Eve Panesar Unwin, George Knight, Denise Fox, Grant Mitchell, Barney Mitchell, Harry Mitchell, Cindy Beale, Ian Beale, Jack Branning, Johnny Carter, Callum Highway, Freddie Slater, Gina Knight, Honey Mitchell, Kim Fox, Chelsea Fox, Harvey Monroe, Kathy Beale, Lauren Beale, Max Brannan, Linda Carter, Peter Beale, Sonia Fowler, Stacey Slater, Kat Moon, Joel Marshall, pretty much you guys don't want him to win, Vicky Fowler, Suki Panesar Unwin, Ross Marshall, Ravi Galati, Preya Nandrahar, Kojo Asar, Junior Knight, Tommy Moon, Lily Slater, Sharon Watts, Louise Mitchell, Phil Mitchell, Teddy Mitchell, Nicola Mitchell, Nigel Bates, Zach Hudson, Zoe Slater, Patrick Truman, Yolandi Truman, Ruby Allen, Whitney Dean, Tanya Branning, Jean Slater, Oscar Branning, and last but not least, the dead player who is no longer on EastEnders but still will be participating that you guys voted the most, Abby Branning. I'm going to read all those 64 players one last time. Anna Knight, Amy Mitchell, Alfie Moon, Avani Nandrahar, Anthony Truman, Bobby Beale, Bex Fowler, Bianca Butcher, Ben Mitchell, Billy Mitchell, Davender Nugget Galati, Denzel Danes, Elaine Knight, Eve Panesar Unwin, George Knight, Denise Fox, Grant Mitchell, Barney Mitchell, Harry Mitchell, Cindy Beale, Ian Beale, Jack Brennan, Johnny Carter, Callum Highway, Freddie Slater, Gina Knight, Honey Mitchell, Kim Fox, Chelsea Fox, Harvey Monroe, Kathy Beale, Lauren Beale, Max Branning, Linda Carter, Peter Beale, Sonia Fowler, Stacey Slater, Kat Moon, Joel Marshall, Vicky Fowler, Suki Panesar Unwin, Ross Marshall, Ravi Galati, Preya Nandrahar, Kojo Asar, Junior Knight, Tommy Moon, Freddie Slater, Sharon Watts, Louise Mitchell, Phil Mitchell, Teddy Mitchell, Nicola Mitchell, Nigel Bates, Zach Hudson, Zoe Slater, Patrick Truman, Yolandi Truman, Ruby Allen, Whitney Dean, Tanya Branning, Jean Slater, Oscar Branning, and last but not least, Abby Branning. Those are your 64 EastEnders bowling contestants. Without further ado, let the draw begin. Let's go for it. So in this pot here are the names of the players. That way, when I pull out a name, they're gonna go into one of these round one brackets. So that way we know who's playing which. There might be some tough, and there might be some fixture of death. I'm pretty sure you guys would say, like for example, I would have to say Stacey Slater versus Ruby Allen. That would be massive. Or perhaps Zoe Slater versus Kat Moon. Honestly, you guys would be literally satisfied with that, honestly. But anyways, without further ado, let's put out a name before let's put out the name to start off and draw the first name. So without further ado, let's go. The draw begins now. Just make sure I'm not going to take out two. The first name that I said, Anna Knight. A pretty good way to start the draw with the first name that was on the list. So Anna will be playing in the first game. There we go, Anna. The second contestant to play Anna is going to be I thought this was an alphabetical order again, but no. The second player to play against Anna is Avani Nandrahat. Not a bad fixture. So they'll be the first. So them two girls will be the first players to play the very first game of the tournament. Okay. Now for the second game. Harvey Monroe. Harvey Monroe, okay. Let's get him in. Just writing the name down, just in case you guys would say. Harvey, there we go. Okay. Now who's going to play Harvey in the second game? Let's see. Give it a good mix, shall we? This is ought to be a good one. Anthony Truman. Not bad, I would have to say. Not bad. Okay, there we go. Anthony. Now for the third game, who's going to be fixtured first for the third game? I thought I took out two for a second. Harry Mitchell. Imagine if it's going to be Ravi. Oh, God. I hope I don't jinx it. Okay. After this, we're going to go for a break. After this one. Here we go. Did I just... Wait, hold on. Did I just flick one out? No? I hope I didn't. I'll be really annoyed if I did, but that's fine. I'll know who is the one missing. Right. Tell me, if it's Ravi, I swear. Harry, yep, Harry. Johnny Carter. Johnny Carter is playing against Harry. Okay, right. We're gonna We're gonna draw We're gonna draw the next player for the fourth game right after this break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.